Welcome to Shine Yoga, my friends. I'm Steph here with you this morning on a Saturday. Welcome, welcome. Go ahead and take a seat, my friends, or you could sit or stand. That's up to you. Just take a little bit of light movement if you want to, if you're seated, before we find our stillness. And so we could be prepared for quieting the body, quieting the mind, and tuning inward. Good morning, friends coming in. All right, my friends, when you're ready to find some stillness, take the hands underneath of the glutes and lift them up if you're seated. Root down through the sit bones and grow nice and tall. Inhale, shoulders lift up to the ears. Exhale, release them down. Good morning, Virio. Good morning, Cheryl. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, down one more time. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, down. And then you could take the shoulders halfway up, slide them back, and engage the muscles that support your posture in those shoulder blade area. And then lift the crown of the head towards the sky, my friends, as you just settle in right here, right now, to this present moment. You can close your eyes if that feels good to you, or have your eyes open with a forward downward gaze without dropping your chin. My friends, I invite you either to sigh out a few exhales if that feels good to you, or just come to quiet and allow yourself to simply just be here for a few moments. You begin to notice your body here in space. Maybe take a quick inventory of your body and notice how it feels today. Of course, without judgment. You could notice your thoughts or simply notice the absence of them. And then when you're ready, begin to notice the breath. Notice the inhale as it comes in and the exhale as it leaves. Soften the jaw, allow the tongue to come away from the roof of the mouth. And allow yourself to be with the breath, my friends. Allow yourself to experience that nourishing inhale and the cleansing exhale. That might sound weird, right? She said, let myself be with the breath. What does that mean? Well, friends, we can observe the breath as if it's from afar, as if we're observing it in someone else. We can observe it within ourselves, knowing it's happening. We know we breathe all day. But when are you actually tuned in and experiencing the breath and letting it experience you? That's the connection I'm talking about. So a couple more breaths here, just like this. Allowing yourself to be here with all the thoughts, with all the energy. Coming back to the breath anytime you get distracted. Always with kindness. And then, my friends, when you're ready, you can allow yourself to stay tuned into the breath, or maybe you bring your awareness back to your body or to the fact that you are here on this mat. Hands can stay in your lap, or they can come on top of your heart or in front of the heart space. Let me take a moment here, my friends, to create an intention for your practice today. My invitation for all of you for class today is to allow yourself to be here as completely and fully as you can, without judgment if you get distracted or worried or tense, but allowing yourself to be here and encouraging yourself to be here in all capacities as best you can. Take a deep breath in, my friends, and as you exhale, turn your gaze down towards your lap. Seal that intention. If your hands are lifted, release them. Flicker the eyelids open and extend your legs out in front of you. Good morning, my friends. Shake those legs out. Take the hands to the hip crease, the place where the legs and the pelvis meet. Down the thighs. So in today's practice, my friends, we have the sun salutation, which will be the foundation of our practice. Press the toes forward and draw back, but it also is a multi-level practice. So I will give you options as we go through. I will also give you options for a standing practice if you're not wanting to come to hands and knees or, come down onto the mat until the very end. That's all good. Circle those feet in one direction. And so I encourage you to take the option that works best for you. Other way. And to stay tuned in. That's very important throughout our practice. Alrighty, my friends, come on back to center. And we're going to start lying down. We don't do this very often, so enjoy it when it does happen. All right, so from here, my friends, we take the tailbone forward, crown the head back. We draw the shoulder blades onto the back in our ready position. Knees are bent, feet are flat. From here, take a deep breath in and extend your right leg up to the sky. Good. Let it come forward on an angle until you feel some tension happening in the abdominals. Pull that belly in a little tighter. And then let the leg come back up to the sky, bend the knee and release it. So pull the belly in, squeeze through the pelvic floor muscles, left leg lifts. We extend it on an ankle and we hold. And then up and then release that. My friends, we are working very gently, deeply into the deepest abdominal wall layer. So we're on the right side again, back up, return left side, left leg up on an angle, return to center and back down. You could do this seated or standing as well if you're not coming onto your back today. My friends, do me a favor, extend your left leg onto the ground and just experience this with the right leg up to the sky. Totally fine if it doesn't straighten. From here, very slowly begin to reach that leg on an angle out in front of you. And you may notice that you stop sooner than you did when the knee was bent on the down leg. That's okay. Slowly return this leg back down. Now, do me a favor, take your hands to your abdomen if you don't mind touching your abdomen, otherwise on top of them. So with air in between. Pull the rib cage back, pull the abdominal wall back as if you could reach your abdominal wall to your spine. Keep that, my friends, as you continue lifting the right leg up, extending it, reach it back to center, and then bring it back down. Do it again. So 2 more times, right leg up, extend, reach it back to center and down. Last time. So really building core strength, which is going to come in handy when we come into puppy, in downward facing dog, and all of our transitions in all of our movements. My friends, right leg extends on the mat, left leg bends to foot flat. Take a deep breath in, that leg extends to the sky. We extend it on an angle, we hold, we breathe, we reach it back to center, and the leg comes all the way back down. 3 more times. Extend the leg to the sky, pull the belly in, and notice when you get challenged on that angle, does the rib cage release? Do you release the lower abdomen? Do you release into the pelvic floor? You want to keep that strength. Good. One last time. Last time. Inhale as the leg comes away from you, breathe through the hold, and then exhale as the leg returns and release it. Bend your knees, arms out to the sides, knees, windshield wipes side to side. And you could do this in a way that feels good to you so that if you're not twisting today, you don't have to twist through the abdomen too much. All right, my friends, when you're ready, my apologies for my throat. Flip yourself on over onto your hands and knees, and we'll come into cat and cow. So take those knees back behind the hips a step, hands shoulder width, index finger straight ahead, and take your hands wide so they're wider than the width of the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, tailbone lifts, belly falls. We look straight ahead. This is cow. As you exhale, scoop the tail around the spine and gaze to your thighs. This is cat. Deep breath in, tailbone lifts, belly falls, look straight ahead. Pull the belly into the spine as you transition. Exhale, scooping the tail, rounding the spine, gazing to the thighs, pulling the belly in deeper. 2 more in each direction. Knowing, my friends, that if you're not kneeling today, you can sit and do cat and cow, just like I am. I'm kind of kneeling. Or you can stand and do this as well. Good morning, Blair. Good morning, Demetra. Good morning, Amory. Wonderful, friends. All right, come on back to stillness for me. Curl your toes under and take your hands forward of your shoulders. So now your body is on an angle. This is called puppy with the knees down. Eyes gaze forward, arm bones are lifting to the sky. We pull the belly deeply into the spine, lifting up from the pelvic floor. Feet press down, they hug in. You're energized from hands, fingertips to toes. My friends, take a deep breath in and explore. Can you lift one or both knees up off of the mat and crouch in this position? Some of you might find that you can't, and that's okay. So the knees can come back down. Not a problem. You could also come into hands and knees with the knees lifted, a little bit of a different position. And of course, if you're not coming to your hands today, take a seat, lean yourself back till you feel the tension in the abdominal wall, and then you can lift the arms up overhead. One or both feet can be lifted as well, and that will get that core strength. Good, friends. My friends here, take a deep breath in. If you're in puppy, lift your hips, lengthen the legs, and lower the heels in the direction of the mat for downward facing dog. So you can always stand on up and come into a half forward fold at the wall, or a standing forward fold if down dog just isn't for you today. My friends, we take a long stance here. We lift the hips up and back, reaching the hips for the place where the wall and the ceiling meet behind us. And the eyes gaze forward as we press the entire hand down, spread the toes, and energize the legs and arms. All that energy lifts into the shoulders and the pelvic floor, and we pull the belly back. We breathe here. Deep breath in, we bend the right knee, left heel lowers in the direction of the mat. Inhale, we switch, right heel lowering to the mat, left knee bending. This is walking the dog. The action happens in the ankle. There is no shift in the shoulders, so keep the shoulders quiet, just the legs. You could do this in your half forward fold as well. So remember, my friends, you never have to come down to the mat with your hands if you don't want to. There's always an option for standing. All right, finish up here. Bring your breath, your awareness right here, right now. Deep breath in, lift your heels if you're in down dog, and slowly walk your feet forward to Uttanasana. That's your forward fold. Take a deep breath in, press those feet down, lengthen the spine as you rise to come on up, palms overhead, exhale the hands to heart center. We're ready to go. Inhale, we reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, we fold. This is the beginning of the sun salutation. Press the hands and feet down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands, remember, my friends, can be on blocks to your legs or to the wall in front of you. Bring the hands beside the feet, bend the knees, step the left leg back, keep the knee lifted, high lunge. Bend the front knee centered on the ankle and lift the spine up nice and long. Pull the belly in, engage through the pelvic floor. Send your left heel back, center the right knee on top of the ankle, in the middle. Good, take a deep breath in, my friends. Press down through the feet, energize the pelvis. We rise to the upper body. Inhale, reach the arms out to the sides. Stretch them long and then draw the energy back into the shoulders. Good. Settle the pelvis down, soften the face. You got it. Take your right hand to your heart space, if that feels okay to you. Otherwise, to your hip is fine. Deep breath in. If you're twisting today, we twist towards the right. Taking the right elbow behind us, left arm crosses, or just comes with us, really. Careful here. What happens when we twist? We tend to back out of the lunge. Keep that front knee centered on the ankle. Keep the integrity of the lunge. Keep the spine up nice and tall. And if you're not twisting today, you could just stay centered, right? Face straight ahead. That's fine. Deep breath in, come on back to center. Hands come down, step back, plank, exhale. Remember, if you're not stepping back to plank today, you could be at the wall like this or freestanding. Good. Deep breath in, my friends. Knees come down, heart moves forward in front of those hands. Bend the elbows for chaturanga. Shoulders stay lifted, untuck your toes, slide the body forward, press down through the feet, and slide that heart forward as the chest lifts up to the sky. Cobra, we stay here for 3 breaths. Opening the chest, lengthening the spine, sending those toes straight back. Good, forearms can come down. You can be on your knees. You could be at the wall or freestanding. Curl the toes, come to those knees on an inhale. Exhale, press back down dog. Hips are up and back. Belly is pulled in tightly. Remember, friends, we're not dropping the chest down to the ground, but lifting it up. Rather, we're taking it backward behind us. Eyes forward. Deep breath in, we lift the heels. Exhale, walk your feet forward to Uttanasana, forward fold. Press the feet down, inhale, rise. Palms together overhead. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Inhale, we lift, round two. Exhale, fold. Press the hands and feet down. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet, bend the knees, the right leg steps back, high lunge. Center the front knee, press the right heel back. Lift all the energy from both feet into the pelvis. Press down through the feet. Inhale, we rise through the chest. Arms reach out to the sides. Hold here, breathe. Feel the length of the spine, the strength of your legs. Bring your breath here. Bring your awareness to the breath here. Connect. Good. Left hand to your heart space if that feels okay to you. From the abdomen, we twist to the left. Keeping the pelvis low, knee centered on the ankle, right glute lifting up behind us. So that keeps the pelvis square. Yes, and if you're not twisting today, facing straight ahead is fine. 2 more breaths. Good, last time. Nice, heart center. Hands come down, step back to plank or forward to your plank at the wall or freestanding. Hold here, breathe. Nice and steady. Shine that heart forward, my friends. Strong legs. Connect to the breath. 2 more breaths. Last time, either knees down or up. Chaturanga, heart forward, long spine, strong here. Elbows beside you as you lengthen the spine. Toes untuck, lengthening the heart forward, reaching away from the toes. Squeeze the seat. Tailbone towards those heels. Big toes straight back. Curl the toes, inhale, lift your hips, exhale, press back down dog. Breathe here, my friends. You can wag your hips side to side, right? And sticking with the breath, that's the key. So we're building warmth, building awareness, and our practice will change a little bit as we move into the summer months, fanning the fires of the heat, but also grounding us because sometimes the summer can hold with it a little bit of anxious energy. So we'll be grounding just a little bit more. Hips side to side. You could do this in hands and knees and also forward fold. Alrighty, my friends, come on back to center. Lift your heels, pull the belly in and walk the feet forward to Uttanasana. Press those feet down. Inhale, rise. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, the hands to heart center. Nicely done. Take a deep breath in. We bend the knees and we take a seat for chair pose. We hug the forearms towards one another and we lift the spine up nice and tall. I talked about this last week, right? Taking the tailbone for the place where is the short edge of your mat back there, right? Down and back, pulling the rib cage back, pulling the lower abdomen back, and lifting up from the pelvic floor. All of that lifts the chest up nice and high, but be very careful, right? We're not lifting the tailbone up like this, and we're not popping the rib cage forward. That's what causes all that low back tightness in chair pose. You don't want that. So nice and strong here. Press down through your feet, especially your right foot, and lift the left heel. From here, we're going to lift this knee to the chest and stand on the right leg. Come up to stand, balance, hold. Good. Take this left leg behind us. Strong leg curl. Take a deep breath in, reach the left arm up to the sky, and then reach it back behind you. Maybe the right hand comes to the heart space. See if you can find that foot. It's okay if not. Knee to the ground, spine long, heart face is centered. If you have your foot in your hand, you can press your foot into your hand and take that foot away from the body, coming a little bit into King Dancer. That's why we're holding those cobras a little longer. And if you don't have your foot, but you have your pant leg, that works. You could also take your yoga strap in your hand. That works as well. So find play here, see what you like. You don't even have to have the hold, right? You can come right here into almost like a funky warrior. We've been working on this in my strength classes this week, haven't we? So this works as well. And then when you're ready, come on back to center. Keep that leg lifted. Knee to chest. We bend into that standing leg, seeing if you can single leg squat yourself back down. Yes, other side, you ready? Left foot presses down, right heel lifts, hold, breathe. Bring those forearms towards one another. Gather all the energy right into the center of the body. Press down through the left foot and rise. Pull the right knee into the chest. Hang on. Soften your face. Good. Stand strong and tall. Hang on here. Let's not be fast. Take this right leg back behind you when you're ready, when you're steady in your standing leg. Hold there, squeeze the glute and the hamstring, really to curl that leg. Reach the right arm up, take it back behind you, seeing maybe if you can reach that foot. Pull the belly in, lift up through the pelvic floor. Another deep breath in, press foot to hand if you like. Left arm can lift to the sky. Maybe King Dancer variation, it's up to you. Hang on to it, breathe. Stay steady. Yes, Kayla, good, Alexis. My friends, in our King Dancer, our body faces straight ahead. If we turn to the side of the foot, yes, we can get deeper. However, we take away a little bit of that strength that we want in the pelvis and the standing hip. So make sure you're facing straight ahead here. It's not about always going as deeply as we can, but rather honoring what we're meant to do in the pose. Release the hold on the foot, bring the knee back to center, hands to heart center. And I know that could be hard, right? To ignore what the ego wants. We can do it though. Bend into that left knee, single leg squat your way back down to that chair pose. Yes, friends. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands beside the feet, bend the knees, 2 steps back to downward facing dog. Unless you're doing a standing practice, in which case you can stand in Tadasana, mountain pose, or in your fold, that works too. Take a deep breath in, my friends, wherever you are, right foot right towards the sky, 3-legged dog. Stretch it up, stretch it back. Nice long, pull the belly in, energize the back of the leg. From here, we pull that right knee into the chest. We step the foot forward in between the hands and we spin the back foot down. Find warrior 2 here, bending into the front knee, lifting the spine up nice and tall. Good, so we're opening the pelvis here. If you're doing a standing practice, you'll step the left foot back. Tailbone down, crown the head lifted, arms away, energy into the shoulders. Good. We press down through the feet, we energize the pelvis, and then we sit lower because we can. Eyes can gaze over top of that front hand. We worked this a little bit last week. We stayed low in the pelvis, right here. Take the right arm alongside the ear, left hand comes down to the back thigh, hold. Lower in the pelvis, deeper in the front knee. We open from the right hip flexor, lifting ourselves up and over to the left-hand side, reverse warrior. But my friends, check in, take a look here. We're not straightening this front knee. We're keeping it deeply bent. Yes, strength comes from the pelvic floor. Outside edge of your back foot presses down, please. Now from here, press down through the feet, energize the front leg to straighten it through the quad for our reverse triangle. Yes. And then from here, we bend into that front knee, we return the arms to warrior 2. Settle down. 3 breaths. Hands come down, inhale, exhale, step back to plank. From here, my friends, let your right knee come down, kick it back like a kickstand, extend the left leg, right shoulder, right on top of or just behind the right wrist crease, shoulder up and back, find your side plank modified here. You can extend that bottom leg behind the front leg, or I should say behind the left leg for unstacked plank, or you can stack those feet here for your stacked side plank. Now, if you're not doing side plank on the ground, you can come to the wall. I love this version, right here. Or you could do a standing star balance, also works, okay? Yes. Now, my friends, you're so strong, you're so grounded in the bottom hand and the bottom leg that as you take a deep breath in, the top foot just floats up. Try it, trust me. Yeah. Nice, let that foot come down. Plank, hold here, breathe. And then we'll do the same thing on the left-hand side. Left knee can come down, right leg extended for your modified. You could take the left leg behind the right. Index finger straight ahead, this direction, shoulder up and back, where there's no wobbling here. We press down through the feet, we lift the hips. You can also stack those feet. Yes. Smile, friends, you're doing it. Whatever version you're in, it's awesome. Press down through the hands and the feet, lift the hips, pull the belly in, lift the crown of the head. You got to take a deep breath in. Right foot just floats up. Feel that effortlessness, using the breath Strong through the body. One more breath. Hands come down, heart forward, chaturanga. Bend those elbows, either knees down or up. Keep the shoulders up and back. Cobra, breathe here, hold. 3, 2, and 1. Curl the toes, lift the hips up and back, down dog. My friends, left foot rises towards the sky, stretch it up and back. Hands and knees are standing, it's fine. Bend that knee to the chest, lift the spine to the sky, step the foot forward in between the hands, spin the back foot down. We find warrior 2 on the left-hand side. Yes. My friends, this is a long stance. You want to use the width of your mat, right? As far away as you can with these feet. Then check in, center the knee on the ankle, back foot presses down, toes face the side edge of the mat. As we press down, we lift that energy up into the pelvis, and then we sit back down a little lower. You got this. Careful you're not leaning forward on top of this front thigh, but rather staying upright. 2 more breaths. Yes. And the big challenge of warrior 2 is finding the smile in it. I know. All right, here, friends, stay low. Right hand comes down, left palm flips up, it comes alongside the ear. Or I should say the arm comes alongside the ear. And then we take that side bend towards the right. Opening the left hip flexor, keeping the deep bend to the front knee. So my friends, the name of the game here is not bending backward. The name of the game here is staying low in the pelvis. You're doing a disservice to yourself if you just lean in the direction of the right. Okay, so stay low. Yes. Build that strength, that awareness. Stay 1 breath longer. And then straighten that front leg using the quad, straighten the knee. And we find ourselves in reverse triangle. Yes, careful with the pelvis here. Right hip's not hiking up to the right shoulder, but rather everything stays even. Beautiful. Lots of side bending and opening coming in the summer months. Fanning the flames of that heat. All right, friends, inhale, come on back to center, warrior 2. And then take a deep breath in, hands come down, step back, plank. Either knees down or up, heart forward, chaturanga, into cobra. And then curl the toes, press back down, dog. Again, you can wag those hips side to side. Side to side. Feeling stretched both in the front of the body and the back of the body. Energized at the same time, grounded. Inhale, lower the knees down to the mat. Exhale, lift the chest up. Let the legs come out from underneath of you. Take a seat. Well done. Hopefully feeling nice and warm as well. All right. So my friends, from here, we'll take the glutes out from underneath of us. Slide your right foot in first, and then your left, and we'll come to an easy cross-legged seat. Sit up nice and tall. You can sit back up on your blankets or your pillows if you want to, especially if your knees are kind of creeping up. So even me, I could benefit from sitting up on something right now, but I'm just gonna stay here for now. Take a deep breath in, my friends. Sit up even taller, lift up through the pelvic floor and through the abdomen. So even when we get to the quieting, we still keep that tone. Yes, so your left leg is forward, your left hand comes back, right hand comes forward. Lift the spine and we take a twist. So just a cross-leg twist here. If you're not twisting today, you could be in a side bend instead. So it'll look like this, right? And remember, my friends, using the benefit or any sort of prop, that doesn't mean you're less than. It doesn't mean that your practice isn't as strong as someone else's. It just means this is where you are. Sometimes I'll use props to deepen my positioning. It's not always to make things easier. Inhale, come on back to center. Switch your feet. Opposite hand in front, same side hand behind. Inhale, we twist towards the leg that's in front. And keep our breath smooth here. Giving ourselves a chance to let go of anything that came up during our practice where we were kind of disconnected from the breath or the movement or from our attention. here, especially in the West, we think of yoga as this, exercise format, right? Strengthening, mostly stretching ourselves. That's the stereotype anyways. Come on back to center, my friends. Extend those legs out in front of you. You can stay lifted or come on down. Sit up nice and tall, and then come into that forward fold. But really, the intention of yoga is to strengthen the connection of the mind, right? To strengthen the function of the mind. And we cultivate that through physical practice. And so, yes, of course, getting stronger, getting more flexible is a wonderful benefit of yoga, but it's that mental aspect that's really the most important piece. The awareness of the moment, the acceptance, the releasing of the ego. And it transfers to everything else that we do. Just being more present in the moment. And we'll fail, all of us will. You may have noticed your attention drifted 50 times in this last half hour. That's okay. It happens to all of us. You just come back and keep building the skill. My friends, sit up nice and tall. When you're ready, come on down onto your back for Shavasana. I'll talk you through it, and this is where I will leave you. Feet come to the corners of the mat, long spine, arms by your sides, palms facing upward. And you just take a few cleansing breaths here, releasing yourself down into this mat, softening and breathing. My friends, allow your toes and your legs to relax. Release through the pelvis, the torso. Soften the shoulders and the arms. Release the face, neck, and head. And just allow yourself to be here in stillness with the breath, rejuvenating and softening for as long as you can. Thank you for allowing me to lead you today. The light and love in me bows to and honors the light and love in you. Happy Saturday, my friends. Take good care.